Welcome back, Summit County. You're watching Summit Sunrise this morning. I'm Lauren. I'm joined by Nate from the Columbia store. We are now outside the Riverwalk Center because the orchestra is already practicing and it's getting a little bit loud in there. So we had to kind of come out here, but I can tell you, even just from listening to them practice, they're phenomenal instrumentalists. The concerts are really awesome. So check out BreckenridgeMusicFestival.com for more information and to find a concert that you want to come attend because it's a really fun time. But like I said, I'm out here with Nate from Columbia store. How are you this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. I feel like it's fitting to talk about Columbia products while we're outside.
I'm totally happy to be outside. I'm not complaining this morning.
So tell me a little bit about the Columbia store here in Breck.
Yeah, so the Columbia store is located at 108 South Main Street. We're a locally owned and operated store. We have 2 floors, men's and women's and kids. We're home to one of the world's largest outdoor brands, and we have a great staff to teach you about the product and to show you about Breckenridge.
And you have a shoe wall.
We have a very large shoe wall. I brought some footwear along this morning because I think a lot of people are unaware of the great footwear program that Columbia has. And because we're getting closer to fall, we're starting to receive some of our back-to-school and fall shipments. More on that to come in coming weeks. But I did bring some of our select styles of spring footwear that are now 25% off.
Cool, yeah. Tell us what you got.
First style for the men's, this is the Conspiracy Titanium Outdry. This is a great trail running and hiking shoe. It's a very stiff bottom. Fully waterproof with our OutDry technology. What this is a waterproof membrane, seam sealed right to the outside of the shoe, so you don't have any water that gets trapped in the middle of the shoe, like some of the other footwear on the market.
Is that primarily a hiking shoe? Or is it like
hiking, trail running, and it's great just to wear day to day.
Yeah, so we were talking about the trail running series right before we went with you. We were talking about the rec center. That's a good one for here, especially if we have that afternoon rain. Perfect shoe.
Yeah, wearing around town, if it rains, your feet aren't going to get wet. That's another thing I like to tell people.
Yep, for sure. What else?
Next one, going in the opposite direction. This is the Megavent. This is a water shoe, so what you're seeing is all mesh on the side, drain ports on the bottom, and there's actually, I know you can't see it, but there's ventilation in the insole, so if water gets in here, drains out the bottom, or if you're just wearing a nice barefoot shoe, air is going to flow up into the shoe really nicely.
You always have to bring something for the ladies.
Always for the ladies, still at 25 off. This is the Ventralia OutDry. This is also a fully waterproof shoe, but it's also kind of a trail to water combo because it is waterproof. So if you do get it is fully drainable. So if you do step in a puddle of water, it's going to drain out the sides like the other stuff I showed you.
Cool, the hybrid shoe.
And then for a more casual, this is just the Vulcan Vent. This is also a fully mesh shoe on the outer with ventilation in the insole and drain ports out the side.
That shoe looks like it's very light. That would be a good traveling shoe.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's very casual. Looks like some similar styles in the marketplace, but nothing has the ventilation like that.
Yeah, cool. And you brought some other product as well.
Of course, we got to finish up with the sale item of the week. $35 for the women's PFG Harborside Fleece Vest. Comes in 2 colors. And then for the men's, we're keeping it PFG this week. We got a PFG Polo, $30. And then we also have a great button-up. This has the pearl snaps on the front, the venting in the back.
Yep.
This is the Beadhead Oxford. Sorry, that slipped my mind for a second.
Awesome. So you showed us some great...
$40.
$40. Can't beat that. So you showed us some great shoes. You showed us some great products. Somebody wants to stop by the Columbia store, talk to you about what's going on around town, get some advice on what they should wear when it's this sunny out and warm. How can they find you?
Yeah, come hang out with us at 108 South Main Street and on the internet at Columbia Breck on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Cool. Well, Nate, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm kind of glad that we got to do this interview outside. It's a beautiful day.
Thanks as always for having me.
Yeah, we're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere because we'll be right back.